What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday here from the PeakBot team. I am Dillon, joined by my co-founder and co-host Ben. Ben, happy Monday morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and happy FOMC week. Can't forget about that. Big week ahead of us.
This is true. We got to be hitting the golf simulator on Wednesday or something. No, because there's no live golf here in northern New Jersey, or really most places, I guess, across the country, except for Florida. Florida escaped all that. Have you seen those pictures?
No.
Okay, so you go through like the whole. Obviously, we're referring to this crazy winter storm that hit most of the country, and you go and look at like all the maps. And I got family in Florida. It just cruised right over the top of Florida. Georgia, all these other states kind of got screwed with ice and everything. Yeah. Nothing for Florida.
I feel like that's always the case for Florida. But then they get the short end of the stick with hurricanes, you know.
Yeah, that's true. People are saying, like, and don't quote me on this, it won't be as funny, but people are saying, like, it's kind of rude for, Greenland's first act is to, like, just bring their weather here, and we're just, like, not into it. But anyway, so very cool. Hopefully everybody stayed safe over the weekend with the snow and the ice and the wintry storm here. But big day, big week ahead of us. Sorry?
Falling iguanas in Florida. I think there's a stat, actually, that says something like falling iguanas kill more people than X, and you would never imagine that. Or maybe it's falling coconuts.
I was going to say, falling iguana, unless they're, dive bombing right into my throat or something, I'm not sure that it's going to kill me. I don't like that there are iguanas jumping off.
Wait a second. So on Friday, we talked about skydiving, how many people died from skydiving, right?
Right.
Remember how many people that was?
Like one in every 200,000 splat?
Yeah, but what does that work out to, like, annually?
Let me look it up again. But why? What's your counter stat?
I just looked up how many. I'm laughing. It's not funny. I just looked up how many people die from falling coconuts every year.
Oh, it's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot more than you'd think.
So, what's the answer? I mean, per year, I bet it's nearing 500. Too high.
150.
I ruined it. I hate when people do that. I blew it. But that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's one every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Okay, last one. And again, this is just statistics. There's another crazy one I read about in high school, like vending machines.
Yeah.
How many people die per year from vending machines? Because the stat was like, it's less than sharks. Well, yeah, sharks are only ruining years every once in a while. 2 to 4 deaths per year from vending machine. Okay.
And that doesn't sound like more than sharks, but
no, it doesn't. But that was me in high school clothes trying to get the honey bun after school before they ran out in the vending machine right there by the gym. Yep. I would rock that thing.
Remember the Big Texas? Big Texas.
That's what I meant. Yeah, what did I say? I forgot the name of it. What was it called?
Yeah, Big Texas.
Oh my God, Big Texas. It's like $1.50 after school. Just ruin your entire digestive system. But anyway, this is a trading show, believe it or not. We automate trades here for retail traders. We're gonna get into that. All right, so we got a lot on the show here today. Stocks in real life. We're gonna be talking about Hanes brand. Okay. The underwear. Sure, they make other things for sure, but it's underwear. We'll be talking about that. We'll be taking a closer look and diving deep into King AI, of course, and how it avoids taking trades during high volatility. We'll maybe try to form a trade idea around this or something else, not financial advice. We'll take a look at our bots and how they're performing, and of course, some economic events to round out the show. So might be a slightly quicker show than normal here. I'm going to say I have to go shovel my cars out. I got to go shovel again. It'll be the third time in 2 days. So anyway, let's get into it, Ben. Do we want to hit this stocks in real life here first?
Yeah, Hanes. Let's talk about Hanes. Are you a Hanes guy or are you a different brand guy?
All right. So it's a great question. I used to be. It almost felt, and I'm coming back to high school, like, when we're growing up, and first of all, boxer briefs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because, like, I don't want to be friends with somebody who's just wearing loose boxers. That's ridiculous.
My younger brother did that.
But he can't still. And you can't
I don't
even
know.
find normal boxers. Where are you
Can't
going to go
confirm.
find boxers?
No.
Doesn't exist. I was a Hanes guy because for years it felt like they truly did have the superior pair of underwear. What makes me think it's a superior pair of underwear? Remember Michael Jordan with the whole
Michael
no
Jordan.
slide? That
Yep.
they're not riding up. That's what it was. So the Hanes underwear were really good at not riding up your thigh and getting all scrunched. They had me on that. It worked. It was it. I don't feel the same. I don't feel Hanes still has it. I am now a Fruit of the Loom underwear guy.
That's funny. I took the same exact journey.
You did? Fruit of the Loom?
Yeah, Fruit of the Loom. Their boxer briefs are much more comfortable now.
They
than
are.
Hanes. And Hanes doesn't have Michael Jordan anymore, so
No.
there's nothing to aspire to.
No, there's nothing to aspire to. You can't really do it. Fruit of the Loom was one of those companies where, what's it called when you think something was there, like a trick on the eye? You know the cornucopia?
The Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect. Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia.
Yeah.
Never there. Never been
there. No cornucopia.
I'm not
Just
sure.
apples, grapes, and oranges.
I'm not sure. If I pulled out the tag of my underwear right now, I feel like there's going to be a cornucopia. All right. So look, Hanes, I'd be very curious to know how they're doing today. First of all, let's look up what the I want to know like what percentage of their sales are underwear. Okay. So let's do Hanes brand products. Let's just see. We're going to go to Hanes.com right now. Oh, see, this is, that cornucopia was there. It was.
I don't know. The internet says it isn't. It wasn't.
I know, but like whoever went and designed that cornucopia that we're saying wasn't there somehow seeped into all of our brains to say, yeah, that's exactly what it would have looked like.
Is it just apples and grapes, or what is this?
Yeah, see,
It looks
unsure.
like olives.
Those are international fruits and vegetables.
Olive's a fruit, right?
What's that?
An olive is a fruit, right?
I would guess an olive is a fruit. It's not a vegetable.
What's the IV on coconuts?
Geez.
Very volatile.
Very volatile. All right, so Ben, look, I mean, Hanes is what we know. I'm on their website. They're moving more into like the comfortable and the active wear because that's all anybody sells and does anymore. We just want to be comfortable.
Athleisure.
Yeah, athleisure, very good. But they're not competing. There's a couple, really big dogs in that space. From the traditional ones that have been around a long time, your Nikes, Under Armours, Adidas, all the way to the, what has it been, Lulu, right? Lululemon, and all these other, athleisure wear. Let's look at the stock. I'm pulling it up. Any guess? By the way, I couldn't even begin to guess what it's trading at. I'm gonna guess $45. Have you looked at the stock?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Oh my God, it's not coming up. HBI is Harvard Bioscience, isn't it?
It is now.
Hanes
Was
stock
Hanes delisted?
We may have to pivot. Hanes
Oh my goodness. Hanes was delisted December 1st, 2025.
We're so sorry to you, Hanes. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, that kind of screws our segment here, doesn't it?
Hold on. So here's what happened. Gildan Activewear. You know Gildan.
I know Gildan. I can
design your own shirts. They acquired Hanes brand.
All right, so maybe
I didn't know Gildan was that big.
All right, let's look at Gildan. You have a stock?
I don't know if Gildan's public.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
GAN or DAN, GIL, DAN.
Yeah, okay, yeah. GIL is the ticker for Gildan.
All right, let's pull this up. Trading around $67 a share. GIL. All right, here we go. I'll share screen if we want, or you can. I'll pull up the chart here.
I got it if you don't got it.
Okay, you already got it.
All right, I'm gonna look at the daily bars. Take a look at what's going on. So back in December 1st, which was right here, that's when they acquired Hanes brand.
Nice.
And look at that. Off to the races from there.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They're at all-time highs.
Yeah. Look at this come up.
Well, I just hit all. The whole chart's pretty nice. Outside of '08 economic crash and COVID, this is a healthy stock.
I'm just surprised that Gildan has been around this long.
When did they IPO?
Guessed. I always well, the chart starts back in 1998. I would have always guessed, I don't know. Whenever I thought Gildan, I thought like cheap, like design your own shirt company.
All right.
Like,
So
I never thought the quality was that good from Gildan.
No, I don't own enough of it to really know. But you're right. Like, I feel like, you know where I get Gildan stuff? Tell me if I'm wrong here. You ever buy, for a while, I bought shirts and shorts from Foot Locker. It's gonna sound crazy, but they had those plain Gildan shirts, nice enough, pretty cheap. I feel like Gildan was in Foot Locker, and I bought a couple other things. So they IPO'd, you're right, June 10th, 1998. Not in the New York Stock Exchange, Ben. Do you know where they first IPO'd?
No.
The Canadian Toronto Stock Exchange.
It's a Canadian company?
Well, I'm just assuming if they're listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange before the New York Stock Exchange.
Wow.
So initially priced between $12 and $14 a share, now trading at nearly $67 a share.
Okay.
Yep, they purchased Hanesbrand. Let's see if there's anything else here. But yeah, Ben, I mean, look, I'm pretty bullish on Gildan now. They are hitting all-time highs though, which no, January. Check January ended. They might have been just above 67. No, never mind.
Yeah, no, we're at all-time highs currently. We're in this bullish channel upwards. I would estimate that we've got a level of support right at this green line here. I'm gonna get rid of this line because it's confusing me. Yeah, I mean, I would like to sell a put credit spread at the $56 strike, but I doubt that's going to be paying enough premium. I would probably go up to a $60 strike. Do you have your Tradier account up by any chance?
Pulling it up now. Give me an expiration date.
End of this week. Let's just see what we've got for the end of this week.
All right, so end of this week, 220. You want a bullish put spread, you were saying?
Yep.
So sold put at the 60? Or did you want to see if it got any good lower?
We'll start at 60. Let's see how much credit there is. And what's the distance between strikes? Is it 250?
2.5. Yep, okay. 2.5 here. I'm pulling it up. All right, so here's the chain. This is expiring this Friday. All right, so if we were going sold put, the delta is right around the 17, Ben. If we're going lower, now you're at right around 10 delta.
I don't like 17 delta. All right, do 62.5.
What's wrong with the 17 delta?
It's just low. It's low. You're not going to get any premium.
All right, so 62.5 and what? You're going to just go 2.5 wide, just come down to 60?
Yeah.
Let's send a ticket. All right. Whoa, more than I thought. Okay, well, you're also a little bit closer to the price. So it's trading at what right now? This might not be terrible.
Pre-market, it's at $67.
And when was the last time it was trading at 62.5? Do you still have that up? When was the last time it hit that level?
Last week. It was bouncing. Right. It was bouncing off of that level. It was formerly a line of resistance, broke through, and now it looks like it's acting as support. And that's the second green bar up here. I'll get rid of this one. So we're still in this channel. We would just have to stay above this line until the end of the week for that trade to work out. Doug brings up a good point. Low open interest as well. So widespread, low open interest. Maybe we can get filled at 60 cents, which I would like that trade. When I trade spreads, I want to be below a 25 delta, and I want to collect like 20 to 25% of my exposure. Right. So if our exposure is $2.50, I'm going to want to collect at least 50 cents.
Yep, absolutely. And again, pre-market is obviously, as you know, this is very wide here. So we'd have to take a closer look at what this is doing when the market opens. But here's our analysis tool from Tradier here. Max profit 60, max loss 310. Yeah, I like this. Very good. Okay, well, look, it's a trade idea. This was quite a pivot for us. We were ready to go put a trade idea on Haynes, and he can't. So this is where we landed. Gilden looking pretty bullish in a channel, has some resistance. Maybe take a look at it. Not financial advice. Ben, let's keep this thing moving, and let's head on into the bot shop and share a little bit more about our flagship strategy, King AI, with over 125% return cash on cash since launch in September. Go ahead.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I mean, we say it all the time. Obviously, we love this bot. It is our flagship bot at the moment. We are building more bots and more settings. We talked about turbo mode for King AI last week, so maybe we need to extend this series one more week to talk about turbo mode. But we are in week 5 of the series, which I feel like we've been talking about King AI forever. But you know, holidays and taking shows off and reruns and all that stuff, we're gonna miss some. But today we're going to talk about when not to trade. Last time we talked about King AI, we talked about adjusting deltas because the King AI bot will trade the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, or the 30 delta, depending on what our machine learning algorithm gives us at the time of entry. Most commonly, it trades the 10 or the 15 delta, and we collect a little less premium. So we took a look at the different P&L profiles based on the different deltas. So today we are going to just talk about when not to trade and when we're not going to trade. Comment came in, can we post turbo mode results on Discord? Yes, we will post those results at some point this week. We're just cleaning them up because honestly, it's when data gets spit out to us in a Google sheet, it doesn't look nice. So we got to make it look nice. But yes, we'll get that up. All right, so when not to trade. This is very similar to our King Condor strategy because, as we know, King AI was derived from King Condor. King Condor did not trade when the VIX was above 30 or when it was below 13. When it's above 30, calling it's too hot. Below 13, too cold. So why do we do this? If VIX is above 30, we're going to get bigger credits, but there's going to be larger swings in the market. And you know what? Recently, too, I've been noticing, even though VIX is relatively low, we're getting some pretty big swings comparatively. So that's kind of weird market behavior, in my opinion, but just something to look out for. So with those big swings, a large overnight move can blow through one of your wings on your Condor before you can even think about wanting to stop out. You could open up completely in the money on one side, which happened to us on our last loss for this bot, which was a week ago. Over the long weekend, Martin Luther King weekend, and we opened up way down. We lost the put credit spread, and that was the last loss on the King AI strategy. Mm-hmm. Now, why don't we trade when VIX is lower than 13? Well, the market's probably not moving that much, but we're probably not going to collect enough credit to make the trade even worth it. We're collecting around $150 per entry on average here. Anything less than like 120, 110, you start to question, like, all right, for every loss, how many wins am I going to have to take to make up for that loss? So we don't want to trade when there's not enough credit on the table. And then what does this protect us from? So from the high IV, high VIX regimes, a one-sided trend or gap that forces a max loss, we're protected from that. And then for low IV, low VIX regimes, the edge dilution, too small a premium to actually give us any sort of edge in the trade. So that's one thing that the bot is looking at.
Yep.
Is VIX above 30 or below 13?
And Ben, sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, I can pull it up on screen just to give people a visual of what that looks like. Let me just do that quickly because you'll notice that most of the time we stay within, and Ben, I could be tripping, but I think it's below 12. We don't enter, not 13. I could be wrong. Maybe there was an adjustment made, but I always have it at $29.95 and $11.95. So here's VIX. Okay. And again, these are monthly bars. If we zoom in here and we go to daily bars, you're going to see we spend most of our time in this range. Here's a spike back in April. There's a spike for COVID, the crash, all the things. But again, most of the time volatility is spending its time in between the two lines. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All good. All good. Cool. So that's VIX. You call it outer bands there. We're not going to trade too high or too low. Now, another way that the bot factors in VIX is a VIX overnight gap. So what we do is we take the open of VIX today and we subtract out the price of VIX at close yesterday. And if that number is greater than 45 cents, and that's a different story how we landed at 45 cents, that was through a bunch of back testing. If that number is greater than 45 cents, we do not enter. And why don't we enter? It's because a sharp overnight spike in volatility indicates increased fear in the market. Pricing gets a little more volatile. We see our ranges expand for the condor, which can protect us to a certain extent, but early moves can be very directional and volatile. And that combination just increases our chances for one of those wings to expire in the money. And that's, of course, what we want to avoid. So if we see VIX go up overnight, decent amount, we're just not going to, we're not going to trade.
Yeah, I pulled that up here, Ben. This is just an example, I believe, right? I mean, so Friday closing out 1587, Monday opening at 1994. That'll certainly do it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just a good example there. Good.
And then finally, we're not going to trade through major economic or political events. So we're all familiar
that we know about.
Yes, because surprises will happen, and that's actually what caused the loss last week. It was surprise comments. Although maybe we shouldn't be surprised anymore. But
we're not surprised, but uninformed.
Sure. Yep. So FOMC, for example, this Wednesday, FOMC interest rate decisions. We will not be trading, or the bot will not be trading from tomorrow, Tuesday, into Wednesday through that expiration, and won't be trading from Wednesday into Thursday because of FOMC. We know that could cause large moves that you can't necessarily prepare for. So something like that, we know non-farm payrolls are pretty impactful, and then any political announcements, tariffs have been killer, right? The last two big losses for King AI have been due to tariffs.
That's pretty good.
So those are, if there's any way that the bot can, it scans several websites actually to look for any sort of breaking news. If there's any sniff of like tariffs, we'll get alerted. The bot will likely either exit an open position or sit out on getting in a new one. So
Doug's on fire here, Ben. Terrifying. I think we need to patent that. Sorry, Doug. I mean,
that's pretty cool.
Like that.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
So these events, they'll reshape volatility and price trajectory in the matter of minutes, if not seconds. So you can't really prepare because we don't know how these things are going to impact the market. We especially don't know if we don't even know that these events are going to happen. So this protects you from directional breaks, IV expansion. Even with higher implied volatility, we're going to get higher pricing for our spreads, which is something we don't want because we want our spreads to reduce down to $0. So for those reasons, the bot will avoid certain economic and political events. And that really sums up when this bot is not going to trade, other than whenever our machine learning algorithm says don't trade.
Correct.
Which for the most part, it does. If all of these things align, then it does a pretty good job at keeping us in. It has closed early. There was early close, I think, 2 weeks ago because there was supposed to be Supreme Court opinion on tariffs, which I think got postponed. But as soon as the bot saw that, it closed. That was it that day, the $35 win there.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
it is. That's the only one.
No, No, actually, I don't think it was, because
That was just a partial win.
that was a
Okay.
partial win. I think it was the $105 day. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I think that was it.
So that makes sense. And by the way, just a visual here. Again, Ben's talking about all the times it's not trading. If we take a look, since let's just break it down. Let's just look at December. So let's just come in here to any contracts that were entered in December. So we can see it's only 8 trades? 8 trades in December, made $1,300. Didn't lose in December, as you can see. So this bot, although it could trade every day, if the criteria is not met, strict criteria, it will not trade. And Ben, I've been saying this, I've been preaching this on every time I'm talking to anybody. Handing you a trading strategy and for you to trade it manually, great, really hard to execute. Handing you an automated strategy that's just going to trade for you anytime that it wants to follow that strategy, great. The real separating factor is having a strategy that knows when not to trade. Sit on your hands, don't get involved, miss the big blowout, okay? And rack up our wins when the market's doing what we anticipate, generally speaking. Going to be unavoidable. We took this terrifying loss. That's what we're calling it. We took this terrifying loss. We were all terrified on the 20th, and we took a hit. But look, we're already back. We're recovering. As Ben mentioned, we're collecting $130, $140 in premium. So it's going to take 6, whatever that math is, 5 to 7 trades to recover. And when your bot's winning 90% of the time, it becomes very profitable, as you can see. So let's just take one more look at the results. Ben, I think we then move into, unless you had more on King AI, please don't.
Nope, that wraps it up.
Get your economic events ready. I'm going to give the people a visual of the January and December here. So again, this is January. We're up $155 a unit, coming off of a big loss last week. All right, so this is going to happen 1 in every 10 trades on average. But we can see the bot gets hot. And most importantly, recognize how many times it's not trading. This strategy, I'm not even sure if it would be profitable if it traded every day, to be honest with you. Maybe, but it's not doing this. So great job to us, Ben. Great job to our team on getting a King AI strategy that has an edge for this long. I mean, truthfully, that's not easy to come by. And
how are we doing in January? I'm curious.
Yeah, we were just headed up. So we're up 155 even after a big loss here. So, red week last week, but a whole lot of opportunity. We're in a position today. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. What does pre-market look like?
Futures are pretty flat. Looking at those, we're up 6 points. So nothing crazy. And then when thinking about the day ahead, we don't have too much going on in terms of economic events. We already went through all the 8:30 data. We've got some bill auctions, note auction later today, but really a quiet Monday, it looks like.
Nice.
Heading into Tuesday, another relatively quiet day, right? Like we've got data being released, but nothing of high impact. And then going to Wednesday, Wednesday is the big day. Wednesday is FOMC, the interest rate decision, the press conference, Jay Powell will be talking. And then that's going to affect pricing from going Wednesday into Thursday. So the 1DT bots, including King AI, will be off from Tuesday into Wednesday and Wednesday into Thursday. And then Thursday we have non-farm productivity, not non-farm payrolls, but non-farm productivity, which is something that we're keeping an eye on, and just some auctions and rate decisions later on in the day. Friday, we get into PPI. So we've got PPI coming. PPI data pre-market should be trading from Thursday into Friday, and then a quiet Friday afternoon. Okay. So other than FOMC this week, nothing of major concern.
Okay. Well, that kind of breaks it down for you. So keep an eye on things. Obviously, King AI and other 0DT strategies won't be trading through FOMC, as Ben mentioned. We'll wrap here in just a second. Ben, how did Ben wrap the week last week? Tough day for Thursday and Friday, right?
Yeah, it was a tough day. We wound up buying a put, holding our position over the weekend, waiting for a little bit of a bump up. So we'll see how we do today. We've got
still
some
a profitable month.
Sorry, still a profitable month. Yep.
Yep. So got it up here, up 371, which is 1.37% on the month, coming off of 2 red trades. Again, who am I? But I was telling everybody, hey, you're coming off of a King AI trade. Even something like BenBot, 2 trades in a row like this, I start to feel really good about the next few trades. No, I'm just saying, generally speaking, if we're just looking at it. So if you're sitting here thinking about diving into automated trading and you're not, well, come talk to us. We offer a discovery call, helps you qualify to see if this is even for you. It takes 10 minutes. We can get you on a demo, walk you through the whole platform, show you the strategies, show you the results. All the support is there for you. So let us know what you need. We're here to help. PeakBot, the household name for automated trading. Of course, we have a lot of successful partners as well. So there's a whole ecosystem and network around PeakBot. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Head on over to our website, use the chat feature, schedule some time on our calendar, and get automated. So thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live again Friday at noon Eastern for the Automation Station, our second show here on the Tradier Hub. And as always, we'll see you at the peak. Thanks so much. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.